Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I have my very special guests, Amanda and Jodie, from one of my favorite podcasts, We Love to Hate Everything. And we are here to talk Sex in the City. And we decided to do Season 4, Episode 10. Jodie, tell us the name of this episode. Do you remember it?
Da Bella da Ball.
I had to put you on the spot for that because I love the way you say that. That's amazing.
Oh, that's another Jodie phrase that she's going to get credit for, even though it's half mine. What was the other one, Jodie, that everyone's giving you credit for some other phrase?
Cody from Sister Wives says bye-bye.
Oh.
When Jodie says bye-bye, it's hilarious.
And Nick from The Good Vanilla thought it was a me phrase.
My apologies. I think Jodie just says it more in the episodes. So.
Maybe.
But I'm more of an alto. I say it down. I sound like a man when I say it. That's why.
Maybe that's what it is. You gave us a couple choices, and I picked this, but you didn't say the name. You said, the one where they go to the country and they get in the fight. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a really good one. And then it comes out that the title is called The Belle of the Balls. Did you do that on purpose?
I absolutely did not, and I didn't realize it.
Amazing.
I actually thought this one was called Sex in the Country, but that's
the first
before.
one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when I saw that, I was very excited because that's one of your catchphrases, and I love it so much.
I think I have it on a poster behind me that Amanda gave me. Yeah. You, my friend, would be Da Bella da Ball. Don't drop the soap.
Da Bella da Ball.
Don't drop the soap.
So we're here to talk about this episode. I'm so excited to have you guys on. Before we jump in, tell me what's going on your podcast that I love so much and everybody has to check out.
Amanda, take it away.
Jesus. So we got
pressure.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a very good talker. We
great for podcasting.
We just recapped. Yeah, I know. We just recapped Seeking Sister Wives, 90 Day Fiance. Those are about to be over, so I guess we'll figure out something else to talk about. The new season of Sister Wives is going to drop on 9/11. Great day.
What?
And we could not be more geared up for that. So we talk about that on our Patreon. We Love to Hate TV. We also talk about Real Housewives over there.
Beverly Hills.
We need to have you on for one of the Housewives episodes.
Yes, please. I'd love it.
You're the expert. And then we have a podcast called Total Request Podcast, where that's also on Patreon. You can easily find it, and you just send us whatever episode you want us to review, and we have to sit through it, no matter how bad it is, and do a recap of it. So that's what's going on over there.
That's awesome. Yeah, everybody check that out. I love the podcast. It's so much fun. It's your impressions, especially of Sister Wives, and I didn't even watch Sister Wives. I haven't watched much of it until I found you guys, and
you better get back in now.
Yeah.
Like, this is the season to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I will. Oh, I'm excited. Thanks, guys, for being here.
For having us.
Yeah, so we picked Season 4, Episode 10. Go ahead, please.
It's actually
The Belle of the Ball.
So good. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, Bells of the Ball. So, I actually got this one confused with the Sex in the Country. That was the episode before. But I'm glad this is the one I wanted to do.
This one's better.
Titles. Yes.
Because when you said the country episode, I just wrote back, "You're middle-aged," because I always remember thinking that's funny. So we got it correct.
Yes. And I actually watched Sex in the Country beforehand just to get myself geared up, and oh my God, let the Carrie hate begin, you guys.
No, she's awful. Every line she says in this is terrible. Every choice she makes is terrible. Yeah. Aiden is a absolute saint, and I kind of respect him less. I'm like, I would be like, you need to leave. Like, this is not happening.
Absolutely. So that's exactly, I actually wrote down, what if it was reversed? What if Aiden had cheated and then he wanted to bring his...
Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
She cheated on Aiden with Big?
Yes, we watched an episode. We watched that Running with Scissors episode. Remember they were having that like illicit affair.
Oh my
gosh! And then Samantha thinks she has AIDS.
Whoa,
and then his wife catches her and she falls down the stairs and breaks her teeth.
Did not recall that. I didn't know that was before this.
Okay.
Oh,
so now they're back together.
Okay, it was bad enough.
They split after that.
Not knowing that, but this is like another level now.
They split after the cheating, and then she decided she wanted him back when he opened a bar with Steve called Scout, and when she saw him there, she made up her mind. Yeah. Oh, there you go. She made up her mind that she wanted him back, and that became her whole pursuit. And for whatever reason, he took her back, and here we are. Yeah, they've only been back together a couple of episodes before all this happened. Like, she's already annoyed with him, I feel like, and she's already treating him badly.
Yeah.
I would date him just for that house in the country. Like, to have a house he could just get away to that's all cozy and...
Yeah, but it looks like it doesn't have air conditioning, and that would be a really big problem for me.
Well, he says at the end of the episode he will put in air conditioning. So I had the same thought. I can't do without air conditioning, but he offers to put it in. It's upstate New York. I don't know how... I guess it does get hot sometimes, so I don't know.
Yeah, I went on this terrible vacation with this guy I was dating in upstate New York, and I got what's it called, altitude poisoning, and like it was the worst because it was so hot and there was no AC, and it was just the worst trip ever. But I got altitude poisoning, and it was the kind of thing where you if you walk 5 steps, like you feel like your heart starts just like it's called marathon breath. So like I wouldn't for the next 3 days I wouldn't be able to walk from my bedroom to my bathroom, which was across the hall. Like I'd get in the bathroom and just like have to heave for like.
Okay, so here's the thing: you could hear the entire story, which is hilarious, but we had to hide it in a We Love to Hate Everything, a free episode, because we were afraid he might hear it. Or pick up on it. Okay. So it's an episode.
But it's one of our best episodes for sure.
Oh, I need to hear it.
It's an episode called Hot, Hot, Hot.
Feeling hot.
Hot, hot. It's in our feed.
And it's about halfway through the episode we start.
Like you think we're wrapping it up, but it just keeps going.
But we're not.
Everyone's probably
going to listen. Yeah.
Had that date or was dating that guy, and this is it.
Yeah. That's my question. Was it a romantic situation or supposed to be a romantic situation?
It was a guy. It was a guy that we refer to as the mole. I'm sure you've heard us talk about him.
Yes.
So it was that guy. But I was over it already. I had been dreading it for weeks to come.
Okay.
And you'll know why he has the nickname Mole when you listen to Hot, Hot, Hot.
Yeah. That's, I think, when it actually originated that we called him the Mole.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. And you guys, yes, I have heard you refer to it, but I didn't know why. Okay. Gotcha.
And you guys never spoke after that. He dropped you off, and that was the end, right?
He kept trying to plan stuff with me, and then I kept like making excuses, and then he finally got the frickin' in.
So it was the last you ever saw of him.
Yeah. That was the last I ever saw him.
So, yeah, you have real feelings about upstate New York.
Yeah, right, this was a little triggering for me, I gotta say.
Okay. But, yeah, so I went back and watched the last episode, and to me, this is just the peak of Carrie being the absolute worst, and I can't wait to dive into it with you. Mm-hmm. But when she, and Jodie, I know you didn't say it, but she made a pie, and she dropped it on her, no, wait. Was that this episode? My God.
No, this was last episode.
Yeah.
I'm getting them confused. Okay, yeah, she made a pie. She saw a squirrel, screamed her face. I mean, like she's getting murdered, screamed, and dropped the pie on her leg and burned her leg. So Aiden, of course, had to pick her up because she's tiny and put her on the counter and put ice on her. Like a 5-year-old.
Oh, God. Ugh. It's a squirrel. You've seen squirrels, right, Carrie?
Exactly.
There's 100 squirrels in my yard at any given point in time.
Right. And do you scream bloody murder every time you see it?
Well, you guys, it was in her window while she was cooking, so that must have been very jarring.
Even, like, she was inside and it was outside?
I think the window was
open. It's kind of on the
But the squirrel was, like, chilling there, and it was cute. And then Aiden's like, that's my squirrel. I, like, feed that squirrel. That's, like, my friend.
And he lifts her up on the countertop. I wouldn't even do that with my child.
Yeah.
Exactly. Except he's just like, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah. I grew up in Florida, like with the alligators and shit. Like,
yeah.
something to scream
Come
about.
to me when an alligator's sitting in the kitchen
If
window.
someone tried to pick you up and put you on the countertop to put a Band-Aid on your boo-boo, would you be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on?
Like,
What are you
I'm good. I got it. I'm 40.
Hercules, what are you doing here? How are you able to?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's get into this. What are your initial thoughts? Either one of you, take it away. What are your initial thoughts on the episode?
I've seen this 100 times. I'm a Sex and the City aficionado, so I want to hear Jodie's opinion on this. Because this is her first time going in.
Steve.
It's a bed at the ball.
Yes, Steve is endearing. I think he's sweet, a little whiny.
Well, he did lose a ball.
Yeah, I know, but like Miranda's like his mama. Like, Steve, you don't want the testicles, Steve.
Miranda?
Yeah.
She's the type that would like, he would like his steak medium well with the asparagus on the side. She orders for him. But it's
What did you
endearing.
think of Cynthia Nixon? She's like better in here, right? Like all of them are better actors again, I think, and the script is much better.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
with you.
Samantha was very likable when she had that little crying scene. Carrie is the worst. Big.
Yeah.
I've never thought he's attractive. I always thought he was annoying, and this just, nothing
This is
about him is
psychopathic
appealing at all.
behavior.
Absolutely. On Big and Carrie's part, psychopath.
And Aiden, I love him. And I think I said this before. He is in that Ramona and Beezus movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And he's
With
like this.
the girl that plays Natasha, I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Bridget
The one
Moynihan.
that breaks her teeth.
Yes, they're married
That's
in
right.
it. And
Oh.
he just plays this really sweet, doting dad. And it just, I don't know. I love him. I love him.
Yeah, what's not to love? And he looks so good now. He used to have that longer hair, which I didn't care about as
No.
much, but
Yeah, he looks
his
real
hair,
good
he
in
looks
this.
Mm-hmm.
How come men
So,
get to
yeah,
age
that-
so gracefully? So unfair.
the jerks. I know, right? Oh, crazy. So the episode aired July 29th, 2001. I hate saying those dates because how is that not like 2 weeks ago? Right?
2001?
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and do you know how old Cynthia Nixon is during this?
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
35.
Shut your mouth.
She is 5 years younger than me.
I'm not going to say how much younger she is than me.
Yeah. I think you and I are the same age.
Yeah, I
Jamie,
think you two are the same
yeah. I
Just a year or two
I
older
always
than
thought
that.
they were so much. Yeah, I thought they were so much older. Well, at the time, I guess they were, but now it's like,
Yeah.
I know.
oh my gosh. So they were celebrating Steve no longer having testicular cancer. Wang Chung was playing. Everybody have fun tonight. And then, so we got Sam talking about one ball left, one little ball.
Poor Steve.
I know. Funny thing that I noticed, because I love noticing details, like especially when they screw up. Sam hit and broke the balls, and then immediately she has one ball left. That's not how pool works, unless you're a pro. Yeah, that's not how pool works. So, there's like all these balls on the table. You have to get in the pockets, and then you get down to one little ball. So unless she's a pool shark, I don't think that was quite right. But for timing, I get it. She's down to one little ball.
Did you notice that Carrie's that friend with the boyfriend that's like constantly hanging on them in public? It's like, okay, like I'm here. You're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, do that at home. I get it. You're together. You love each other. Do you need to be like, she's like putting her like nose in his like the crook of his neck. I'm so cold, Aiden.
I love how when you said Carrie, you even had a before you brought up Carrie and you said Carrie.
Just because I've been that friend that's with my friend who I usually like, and it's like such a turn. I'm like, I like you less now that I've seen you interacting.
And then
with
she's
this
turning
boyfriend
to
in front of
him
me.
like, let me explain it to you. These girls over here. Oh.
And then she shuts Samantha up. She's like, no, you're done talking.
Yeah, always. Oh, it's so obnoxious. And that's something you do in your 20s, not in your 30s and 40s. You know, like
I would never do that ever. I would never tell one of my best friends, like, no, you're embarrassing me. That's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even mean that. I meant the nuzzling the boyfriend.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was a real asshole
yeah, I
when I was
agree.
20. No. No, you would never do that to your friends. That's ridiculous.
She says to him at one point, she turns to me and she's like, welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Poor you.
So
You have 3
rude.
rich, beautiful friends who are ride or die for you.
Right.
You're the center of everyone's universe, Carrie.
Ugh.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
It's so rude.
The worst. Okay, so then we go, let's see. Oh yeah, Carrie says, balls are to men what purses are to women. We feel naked in public without them. What?
Yeah.
Come again?
I hate carrying a purse. I hate it.
Same.
Oh, I never carry a purse. I just hold a wallet.
Okay.
And my wallet's on my phone, so sometimes I just
okay.
like carry around my phone.
And then once, when I had the kid and she was little, I just carry all our crap together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's why I like.
no.
No, but you guys,
crossbody.
it's as important as men
Yeah.
as balls. It's
Yeah.
carries the same significance
Exactly.
as balls.
yeah.
A purse.
It's because Carrie doesn't have them, so they don't matter to Carrie. The whole world
Right.
revolves around Carrie.
Yeah.
Sam runs into a guy named Alan. The actor is Jack Gwaltney. He was in G.I. Jane and Damages, if you ever watched that. So he just designed the new Richard Rate Hotel. So our first appearance of Richard. What are our thoughts on Richard?
I mean, I think that this is like Samantha's, like the yang to her yin. I think this could have worked out, but I feel like they almost should have just had an open relationship and it could have worked out.
Yeah. I think so too.
This is the creepy guy with the gap teeth.
Yeah, but they do really work well together, and they have a
creepy.
couple very hot scenes together,
They
like up on the
do.
rooftop.
Yes. Oh,
It's a really
he's
beautiful
scary to
Sade
me.
playing,
I have
yeah.
like a weird.
Oh, really?
You'll get
creepy
to like
vibe.
him.
Okay.
he's intense, but it makes sense with Samantha. I think you're right. They should have
It
had
does.
an open relationship. And
Yeah, but then they have this awesome Atlantic City episode called "Luck Be a Lady," and they break up in that one, and that is a really great scene too, where she breaks up with him.
And to get meta, you know who picked Luck Be a Lady? Justine. We did that episode together.
Oh, Justine actually asked
Yeah.
me for like an opinion, and I think I gave her a bunch. So
Yeah.
I technically picked that one. Thank you very
So
much.
everybody go back.
It's an Amanda episode.
Yes. In fact, we talk about you guys in the episode that Amanda helped pick it, and we talked about your podcast.
There we
I'm
go.
obsessed
Thank
with your
you.
podcast. So yeah, full circle. That's right. So he just designed a new Richard Wright hotel. She's trying to get a meeting with him. Finds out Brad Rose is doing his PR, and she calls him a hack, which I love. Samantha is just very confident. I love it.
Yeah.
I love when he comes up. She's like, "This is and then he says his name, and she's like, "We," and he's like, "Fucked," and she's like, "Oh yes, fucked." And then once he walks away, she looks at them like, "I don't
Got no
know."
idea.
And even when he's going, he has to remind her his name again.
Yeah.
It's Alan. She's like, yeah, cool.
We've all been
course.
there, right?
Well, I actually definitely have. I'm a little messy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So it keeps life more interesting, right?
Exactly.
So then we go to Charlotte and Trey.
Ugh.
A little more Mushu for my Mushu.
Oh God.
So she's very Stepford wife in this, I feel like. Just very robotic. But he's the worst.
Ugh.
I liked him at the time, but then I remembered this crap where you can't talk to him about anything because if you hurt his feelings, he runs away.
And he has the mother, like it's the mother-in-law from hell, which I know
remember
Jodie
that.
definitely knows about. We can all relate
Oh.
to,
Is her
I'm
name
sure.
like Misty or Muffy or
It's Bunny.
Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah, Bunny McDougal.
Is he ever likable? Because he's very.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's endearing a lot of the
Okay.
time, yeah.
He
You get
is.
to like him.
They definitely make him very unlikable as he's on his way out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He just, he's
Gotcha.
less and less likable. At first, he's really sweet with her, and I liked when they first got together.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
very strange here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, very controlling.
Why would you say that? Yeah. I thought you meant the bathtub scene, but yeah.
No, he's just like he's such a little bebe. Because his mother, like, again, we all know this, but just like he just never got a chance to really grow up and be a man because his mother has been babying him his whole life.
The fact that he uses the phrase "hell's bells." It's like, Charlotte, I'm eating
That's
hell's
hilarious.
bells.
Absolutely. I think about, Amanda, you'll know what I'm talking about, that episode a lot. Remember when they were testing out beds when she moved back in?
Yeah.
and the bunny climbed in bed with them, and the three of them were testing out beds to see if they were too firm or too soft. And Charlotte was freaked out, but Trey was like, right as rain.
Right
and
as
it's
rain.
like, dude, grow a pair.
Oh, it's so
See?
nasty.
Perfect for this episode. Grow a pair.
Perfect.
Tell your mother to get out of the bed. Yeah.
Speaking of the balls thing, I actually really was impressed with this episode that it was almost Seinfeldian in the fact that every episode, every storyline, tied together and was about balls.
Yeah.
Every single storyline. Like, even with, like, the basketball at the end. Like, there was... The balls throughout this episode were endless.
Good admiration of balls were...
They juggled it very well.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. I thought the same thing. They did a good job tying in like masculinity and femininity and how that all relates. I totally agree. Good point. They want to test Trey's sperm. Apparently, to even talk about it, he's a fucking doctor. You can't talk to him about medical.
Didn't know that part? Okay, come on.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I can't remember which hospital. He has a prestigious... Yeah, he's a doctor at a hospital, and they referred to it. I don't know if they ever said what kind of doctor he was, but doctor at a hospital, and he can't talk about medical tests because it's too much for him.
Using the word sperm. It makes him queasy when he's eating. Like, don't doctors have to work on cadavers at some point?
Exactly. Yeah. Haven't you seen The Worst of Humanity?
Oh my God. Sorry to go too much off topic, but I'm currently looking for a different job. And my mom, Daphne, sent me, like, she's like, this one looks good. And it was like a vet tech assistant or whatever, or like, it wasn't even that. It was like, just like receptionist or like taking care of the animals in the back. And then one of the, also it was like low pay. It was like pretty much lateral for what I'm making now. And one of the job requirements is that I would have to perform autopsies on the animals. And I'm like, did you not read this job description, Mom? Can you imagine?
Oh, that's rough.
This is for like $16 an hour too.
Oh my God. And talk about crying at work.
Yeah, right?
Right? Jesus.
Inconsolable. Oh my God.
I feel like you would end that job with, like, it's going to get really morbid here, trigger. You'd probably come home with like 30 dead cats and have them stored in your freezer at some point.
Why would I do that?
Because you'd be like, I want to save them. I want to give them a good ending.
I would never do that. I'm too scared of that.
What?
Well, anyway, I threw out an application. I have an interview tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. But yeah, Trey sucks, basically, is what we...
Yeah. I just had a flash of going over to Amanda's house trying to grab a popsicle out or something.
There's sprinkles.
My house is clean.
This one, yeah.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Little mittens, yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, he can't handle talking about medical procedures for whatever reason.
Wild.
But that goes back to he can't talk about anything that he sees as a deficiency in himself, like when he couldn't get it up. And Charlotte tried to talk to him about it.
Wait, but he's a man. That's weird. That's like a weird
that he would have way too much of a
most men never ever try to avoid talking about their deficiencies.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different.
And their egos aren't just like hurt by just saying one little thing, by saying the word sperm.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. It put him off his dinner. I'm like, nothing could put me off my dinner.
Oh, I know.
Put me off my dinner.
So you're not going to have the
three of
rest
us
of
are
the egg rolls?
soulmates.
So you're done with the crab rangoon.
20 pounds later.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I will eat these.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's a good plan. Anytime I want extra dinner, I'll just talk about sperm.
Yeah. Be like, how's your sperm? Or be like, my period. I got my period today.
Yes.
Wow.
Tampons.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So he walks away. We go to Carrie and Aiden. And can I just say, there's two things about Carrie that make me cringe so hard. Her fucking scream. That scream she does.
I love the scream. I think it's so... Just because I can't scream. So I think it's so cute and funny.
The scream and the tighty white.
Oh,
I can't do
what
it.
is this?
Like, what are you doing?
It grosses me out. I just can't do it. I'm not into it. I don't like it. Ugh. I think part of that is because I've listened to so many commentaries from Michael Patrick King, the writer of the show, and he talked about that, liking to have her in those, and it just gave me the creeps so bad, I can't. When I see it, I think about that dickhead, and I'm done.
Because tidy whities have like this section for the penis, and she doesn't have a penis, and it's like doesn't like
because it makes her look so
translate in my
little
head.
again. They're just so
That's what
baggy
I'm
on her.
wondering.
She's so
Is
little.
that what it is? Yeah. I'm tiny. Look how big these boy pants
Yeah, but it
are
looks
on
like a
me. Yeah.
diaper on her.
That's what I think, too. It looks like a diaper. You're
And is
exactly
that an
right.
old
Ugh.
lady bra? I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, it
So
totally
that's
was.
another thing that Michael Patrick King talks about. He talks about he always wants to put her in Maryland type pieces.
Oh, like
So they-
vintage.
Vintage, yeah. And so if you notice, she's usually in something like that. Yeah.
Well, I always
kept
put
looking,
on
it's like,
men's underwear and a bra when I'm brushing my teeth to go to bed at night. First thing I put on.
in broad daylight, just like lights turned right on.
And you and your husband share the mirror and giggle
And we like talk
while you're brushing your teeth.
and we just
Yeah,
let
yeah.
all the spitty toothpaste stuff just build up before we spit.
Flying all around the room into each other's faces.
It's just so funny, and then we take turns. So silly.
Oh my god, yeah. No,
It's so
all-
cliche,
oh,
the brushing
cringe.
teeth thing.
I know. But I think this scene was actually very well written and very well acted. I think they have a very good chemistry, and like it was very believable, this scene. Where she's like gonna pull on his balls. I was like,
Yeah.
I believe this.
They'd
These
have
two.
this conversation. At least he can talk about stuff without running away, right? She talks about it
Yeah.
with him. And so, yeah, she's gonna, because Samantha had brought up tugging balls, so she thought, well, let's try and see. They giggle. Dun, dun, dun. The phone rings.
The landline rings.
The cordless phone.
That's
You can
right.
go
And you
anywhere.
just answer it. You answer it with no caller ID.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That could be anyone.
The risk
Yeah.
involved. That's like answering the door when someone comes and rings the doorbell
Yeah.
and you're not expecting anyone.
Yeah.
Who does
No,
that?
That's not a thing. Yeah.
We all
not
know
doing
you
it.
hit the deck, you get down low. No one lives
Turn
in
the
this
lights off.
house. It's abandoned. Don't come
Right.
back.
Unless you're delivering food, I don't need to see you. Yeah.
Unless it's
Oh,
Amazon.
and I still don't. I don't need to see you. It's
Yeah,
contactless
true.
delivery.
leave it
That's
by the
right.
door.
Exactly.
I actually have on my skip the dishes app as an instruction: do not ring doorbell.
Oh,
My dog will go
perfect.
crazy for one, but also I don't need to see you. I gotcha. You don't think I've been following you since you left your house to go pick up my? I know exactly your whereabouts. Like if you got murdered on your way to deliver my food, I would be like a good witness
key
because I would
witness.
have an actual. I've been tracking you. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you'd go pick up the food and wish the guy well.
And I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, well, I guess I'll have to put on my fucking
Right.
bra now.
Well, nachos really aren't that good when they're cold. I mean, but it's fine.
Or part of a crime scene. I don't know.
No, that would be way more exciting, though, to be part of the investigation.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Thrill of a lifetime.
So he answers Bradshaw's House of Pain. How can we hurt you? And dun dun dun, it's big.
Oof.
Okay. Talk
And he goes, hey, man, it's me.
Yes.
What? Who?
Exactly. Who are you? And shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking if it was reversed and Aiden had cheated on her and that girl was calling, would Carrie be so cool about it? You know, if Aiden's taking it and hiding in the closet.
Yeah, if he left the
to talk to
room.
his. Exactly. Would he be so cool about it? Or, would she be so cool about it? No, she would not. She'd be flipping the F out.
They're just
so-
friends, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He needs
Yeah.
Great
help.
boundary.
He's desperate. He's like almost crying.
That's what in the whole episode bugs me is because she's like, why wouldn't he be? She can't wrap around her head why. Aiden
How
wouldn't be
inappropriate this is. And that, sorry, when you're in a new relationship with the person you cheated on him with, your friendship is over.
cool.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. I said the same thing in a different episode. It's not, obviously I don't believe in controlling relationships, but if you're choosing to be with Aiden, then you need to choose to cut off big.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's too much.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to be friends with an ex, too. Like, I understand that. I'm
Sure.
friends with most of my exes, but, like,
Absolutely.
also, like, if one of my exes called me, like, while I was with a guy I was
would you
seeing,
go
and he was like, I
scurry
need to see
away?
you.
But would you go scurry away in another
No.
room?
Exactly.
I definitely wouldn't.
Right. Exactly.
I'd probably have it on speaker, to be honest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And be like, hey,
Yep,
what would you do?
absolutely.
Hold on, let me put you on speaker. This is what happened. What do you think from a guy's
Yes.
point of view?
Absolutely. But they also wouldn't be calling me late at night. You know what I mean? It's more like, hey, here's a picture of my kid. Here's a picture of your kid. Cool, cute kids, at the end.
Exactly.
Or Carrie could just be like, I can't talk right now. Bye, 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 bye. Click. Hang up. Turn off the ringer.
How come Aiden at no point in this episode says, doesn't he have any other friends?
Yeah.
Like, she's his only friend?
Apparently, yes. And Big only circles back around when Carrie's involved. That's the only time he wants her is when he
Well, she says that in the finale.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Because he can reach her.
That's right.
But I can never get her.
That's right.
She can always reach me. I can't get her.
Oh, exactly. So she takes the call. It's the most awkward thing. They're, in the closet. He's being not at all like himself. He's being unsure of himself and kind of effed up about the whole situation.
Whiny.
Exactly.
Whiny and weird.
Also, if I were Carrie, I'd be like, I would be personally offended by this too, because I'd be like, you never acted like this with me.
Exactly. Yeah. If she's truly over him and you would think like that. If you're not over somebody, you probably wouldn't think about saying something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think she's over him, and that's their way of showing that, is my guess. She goes back to Aiden and says, "I'm sorry. Do you still want me to give them a pull?" Like, oh, imagine that.
Read the room, Carrie.
Yeah. He's clipping his toenails. Exactly. I think the mood is over for the evening.
Yeah, the moment's done.
Yeah, exactly. So she says to him, "I don't want you to feel threatened." Not a good thing to say.
That is such a blow to his ego to say that.
Absolutely. So Aiden calls himself the Green Hornet against Batman, and Pete is Kato. I don't watch superhero crap. Jay does, so
God, no idea.
He can fill me in on what all that means, but yeah.
Oh, I thought Kato. Oh God, now I'm going to be stupid. I didn't even catch that in this conversation. Yeah, at the end with the dog. Didn't they say something about Kato? Was that the dog?
Yeah, that's what.
I was thinking Kato Kaelin too.
Oh yeah, no. It's
that goes to show how old I am. But I think Kato is.
Well, and how much you like true crime, probably.
Yeah.
Listen, B word. When you call yourself old, you're calling me old too. So no. I mean,
or how young we are.
No.
How young we are.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Totally. But yeah, so he calls Pete Kato. He's kind of going back to boyishness, but Carrie sees that as a flaw. But I think it's a defense mechanism. Poor Aiden.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole thing's ridiculous. Carrie goes to brunch and says, I should get Big Aiden and I all together.
Like,
what?
What?
Is that not the worst idea you've ever heard?
Nobody would think that's a good idea.
This was bad
No.
before I remembered or before you told me that she cheated on him with Big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's going to make it easier for you if they get all together and sit down? Okay. Well, then let's do it.
This is so unrealistic and unfair to expect these people to be friends.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just, I just keep going back to it. Reverse it. If Aiden was asking this at Carrie, she'd tell him, no, like, I don't want you around that girl anymore.
Actually, now the episode that I watched when she went to Paris for the Russian... Yeah. Remember how annoyed she was when she had to have lunch with his ex-wife and he didn't show up?
Oh, yeah.
And she was all put off and like, I'm so awkward. I don't know what to do. I'm a little rich girl.
Yeah, when the roles are reversed, it's different rules for Carrie. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, such a good point. Oh, she's the worst. Let's see. So, yeah, she's telling the girls at brunch and they all kind of react. But if Amanda's telling you this, Jodie, aren't you telling Amanda, like, what the hell are you thinking?
Yes. Like, are you crazy?
Right. Because you're truly good friends. You'd look out for Amanda saying, you're not seeing this right. You're not thinking clearly.
Don't do that. He's such a good guy. He's so sweet. Yeah. Do not do that to him. And I would say the same thing. What if that were like you with Mole and whatever, your ex-husband or Bacon? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not going to go well.
So many great options.
Yeah. P.S. I love the idea that people are just watching this as our first episode together and we're talking about Mole and Bacon Fingers. And they're like, what?
Yeah, sorry.
You need to go listen to their podcast, guys. Go listen to their podcast.
Yeah, a lot of little inside jokes sprinkled out throughout here. And then what else happens here? Charlotte Does Charlotte bring up the
sperm?
Trey's sperm tested, yeah, but it's kind of a at the end thing.
Yeah.
So
all right.
yeah. And then Carrie is writing, are men just women with balls?
No.
I don't think so.
Men are way worse.
No, because I understand women. I don't.
Yeah.
And about 3 evolutions behind.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Steve and Miranda are walking, and Steve chooses to point out the dog sack as a way of talking about it's a segue for him looking into getting a prosthetic ball.
I think he needs to get over it.
I think so too.
Well, and Miranda says, like, I've been to the area. I wouldn't know if you had 0 balls or 20.
I felt so vindicated.
I agree.
Because I am not
I don't care about that.
I am not as evolved as these women are. Haven't been with that many men to know. But the same thing, I would have no idea.
No.
And we also don't care. I don't. That's not an area I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to avoid it most of the time.
I was just missing something.
I'm working around it.
Yes.
No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. I do. I agree. I love that line where she says, I would notice you've had 1 or 4. I thought that was great.
Does this actually exist?
I don't know.
I'm sure it
Let me
does.
look it up while we talk here.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see what Google.
I was just going to say, I can't wait to see my TikTok algorithm after this, after I search this up.
Oh my god.
Prosthetic balls.
I put testicle implant. Oh, there's a testicle prosthesis. And it looks just like that.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
That's
so
crazy.
Amanda, that job you're going for, maybe they'll have you doing that too if you have to do autopsy.
Oh yeah. God. Yeah, and I'm just gonna stick with the job I hate right now already.
Guys, I have to say, it's pretty reasonable. 2,000 to 3,000 each ball, though.
Oh.
So if you need a set, the doubles.
I wonder if there's a discount for the set.
Maybe.
I would think it would just feel different. I guess
weighted?
It's tough to look. I don't know.
I feel like it would be heavy.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. Yeah. I don't. You'd be hyper aware of your ball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here we go into Sam meeting with Richard Wright. And this is where and overall I do like Richard. I hate him here. He's such a dick.
Oh yeah, he's awful.
I said
Awful.
super creeper.
He tells her resume is fluff. He says, I'm intrigued. If I wasn't, you'd be in the lobby having cappuccino. I love her line back to him that she knows it's a big job and that's why she's still here and not in the lobby having cappuccino. So
yeah, he's just a villain.
Yeah. He really is. He is here. He does get better, I promise.
Okay.
But right here, he's the worst.
Do you know that he is Dexter's father in the show Dexter?
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, and so I love that show. He comes back. He's dead, but he comes back as a being on the show, and he's great. He's really good.
Yeah, it's a different character. Yeah, but I see what they're doing here is that they're establishing like this horrible guy, but then like he kind of breaks her down as the series goes on.
Okay.
And she breaks him down. I feel like for a little while he becomes human and then not. But yeah, I think that I do think they're good for each other when he's normal. Right now he's not normal. He's being a dick. He specifically says, I deal with a lot of businessmen. And I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Who says that? Let's see. Lunch with the girls. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. We still have like another, 50 minutes of talking ahead of us. So check back for the next episode of this because I really had a lot of fun breaking this down with Jodie and Amanda. They're just a lot of fun to talk to. I enjoy recording episodes with them, and I hope you can tell in the recordings. But check out their podcast. They're We Love to Hate Everything. And they do a lot of funny stuff over there. That's a lot of the inside jokes we're talking about are from their podcasts. I was a huge fan. I listened to them and couldn't believe it when they started talking about my YouTube channel. So that's how we met, actually, is just because I was a huge fan beforehand. So I couldn't even believe it when they talked about my channel, and we've been friends ever since. So check them out. They hate and just like that, just like we did. So thanks so much for being here, guys. Be sure to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, where I break down all these episodes of Sex and the City. Have a lot of fun over there. And yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.